Hey y'all, I just wanted to hop on here for a quick moment. I don't really have the energy, and I've been on panels today, a couple different panels, so I just wanted to come on and say something. I'll do a stream tomorrow evening, probably in regards to this, depending on how I'm feeling, but I just needed to speak my mind publicly for a moment because I know the chaos is going to get even deeper than what it has been off of this, and it's truly just an unfortunate situation. So I just want to talk for a few minutes. I know there's other people going live to review things. So like I said, I will only be on here for just a few minutes, but I need to get this off my chest. What a day is all I can say. Hey Steph, hey Michelle. I'm feeling okay. I'm really sore. Of course, the first 48, 72 hours are really rough. Usually it's hard to sit, it's hard to stand. I've been doing a lot of pacing. It's hard to lay down. So I think I slept like 4 hours last night because it was a later afternoon procedure. So I was still I'm exhausted, but today has been a lot. Today has been a lot. We say it all the time. Like, I'm so sick of saying this. I'm so sick of saying things have to change. Things have to change. And knowing that I'm so hand tied, like there's not much we can do. Hey, Teresa. Hey, Crazy Anjo, Daddy's Baby Girl, Hetty, Trips to Talk, Liberty Farmer, Connie, My Tube, Crazy Grandma Cooter, Gotcha, Hindsight, Misfit, Pika, Connie, Penguin Mama, Kels 420, Carla, Marcy, Kathleen, Tebow, Gotcha, Sherry P. I hope everything's okay, Sherry P. Hey, Mystic. Hey, Sherry. Hey, Brandy Wine. Happy Life. Alma. Cranky, Moxie's Mom, Slim. Zoya, Fiddle Dee Dee. Ooh, Venus. Well, I don't encourage you to go check in today then, if it's probably a good place not to go check in today because it's been crazy. Kels, thank you for being a member for a month. Gotcha. Thank you for being a member for 7 months. My tube. That's a good question. That's a very good question. Christina Logan. Let me talk a little bit about that in a minute. Hey, Banana Pug. Hey, Chai. Hey, Lisa. I know. Like 2 minutes, Alma. Hey, my Michelle. Hey, Michigan Wifey. Sherry, thank you for being a member for 5 months. S. Francisco, hello. Slim, I think I said hi. Yeah, it's that chaotic. Hey, Chai, thank you for being a member for 3 months. Hey, Tally girl. Okay, sorry, my brain is all over the place right now. That broke me. That broke me to the core, hearing Chris unload. And for anybody out here that is like stuck thrumming their or flipping their noses in the air at them, and oh my God, this has been what was in the works. I don't know how this family has held it together for almost 15 months. Truly, I don't give a fuck. And please, I don't care who it is. Save it. Save your fucking bullshit for somebody else, because I'm sick of hearing it. I'm sick of people because of their like of this person, or their like of that person, or this person fucked up and did this, or this person. I'm sick and tired of everybody like not realizing these people are humans. These people are fucking humans at the end of the day. I wish more people could step the fuck back for a little bit and realize that any family pushed to the brink like this, and that's the intent. This is the playbook. This is the fucking playbook. This is the intent, is to get people to snap. And my opinion is that they've been pushing for this type of reaction in hopes of getting somebody harmed. It's disgusting. It's too far. It's not okay. And again, I will never hate somebody enough to wish this upon a fucking soul. On anybody, including Seth, Chris, Katie, Seth, any of their families, none of them. Right now, if we're going on the facts are that the TBI website has the only facts available. It's not a criminal investigation. No one has been charged with anything. We don't know where Sebastian is. And that's it. That's all we know. And that's all we should know. We're not entitled to these people's personal lives and their personal business. I don't understand how people's entitlement of thinking that they're owed something has gotten here. I just don't understand it. I don't know how he held it together until he did today. And then he started apologizing over and over and over. He doesn't owe anybody an apology. Truly, the things that he's been called and said and done, no, I'm sorry. Like I said, Kyle and I would have both been in jail a long time ago if it would have been our family. But that's the intent. That's the fucking intent. And I don't know when it's ever became acceptable that people on X can sit there and openly harass and stalk families to this point and incite nothing but danger to come their way. Those blip boards, let me be very clear. Those blip boards are not about awareness for Sebastian. They're about targeted harassment based on rumors and speculations and gut feelings. It's not awareness for Sebastian. If it was awareness for Sebastian, those big, bold letters would have been used to describe or keep a lookout for. And I'll be fucking damned. I'll be damned. I am so sick of all these entitled, pompous fucking idiots on this app who think that I've got a stick shoved up my ass. Well, yeah, bitches, I don't want to sit by any of you. Because while you sit here and judge us for talking about and highlighting the things that we can of how this is happening time and time again to the families, and we're not doing it up to your standard, get off your fucking ass and try doing something. Get off your fucking ass instead of telling me what to do, how not to react, what not to say, what not to do, who not to sit by, who, all this shit. Get off your fucking asses and do something. Because none of you are doing fucking thing. You don't put energy into fucking trying to break things back and show people this is the harm and this is the real dangers and these are the things. You judge us who are trying to do something because you're too incapable of doing something yourself. So keep your fucking judgy bullshit wherever you want it to. This is the reality of what these families are being pushed to the brink of every fucking day. We can shut it off. We're creators. Most of you don't create shit, but the fucking bigger messes and more rumors and speculation. If you can't step back and realize if one of your children went missing, the shit that would be said about you, or if you were in these positions and what that would do to you, and you still think it's your duty, your right to do this to this family, you're a special type of fucked up. A special type of fucked up. And there, even though I'm going to hell, maybe you'll have a seat beside me in hell. Because I swear to God, some of you are so disconnected with the reality of situations. We talk about it. We can talk about it all over and over again. Change needs to come. Change needs to happen. I don't have the answers. All I know is it needs to be federal laws that change. But in the meantime, we need something fucking now. We need warnings now to these families that these people are lurking in the shadows, waiting for them to go through their worst moments so they can prey on them because they're miserable fucking fucks. And it's not just one type of victim. It's not just missing children. It's victims being re-victimized by the court system. It's prison reform. It's so many fucking angles that you can take this shit and go with this shit. Our justice system is flawed. We are watching people weaponize our justice system. with no protections for the victims and their families. No matter how many times we can warn these people, a lot of them think we have three heads. They don't understand it until they are in it. In desperate times, people will do anything to get the word out about their missing child. I don't blame them for that. But then it's too late because it only gets worse as it goes from here. I don't have the fucking answers. I don't. All I can do is continue to push back, show things, the playbook of sorts, so people are aware. Reach out to the next victims and the next victim's family before they get in and say, here, please do your research on the people that you are potentially getting in bed with, so you know something of what you are walking into. None of this is awareness. This is exploitation. Not a fucking thing about this is awareness for Sebastian or any missing child that I've seen on social media, or awareness for any of these crime victims either. It's all exploitation at this point in time. These people mask themselves as true crime, and really they're all opportunists. That's all they are, is opportunists, willing to exploit anybody else for their own personal gratitude, their own personal fucking come-ups. I've never, ever seen such a disgusting group of people in my life as this agency and the people that have surrounded this agency. It's disgusting. So I know while everybody sits there and breaks it apart and, you know, has all these things to say, and oh my God, his anger, his this, you know what? He had every fucking damn right. If we who don't have missing children feel the anger that we do at times with the blatant lies that are being told on us, I can't even imagine having that plus having a missing child. I can't imagine, and I don't ever want to imagine walking a day in their shoes. And I don't give a fuck who's pissed off about me saying what I have to say today. I'm so sick of this whole thing of I'm not doing right, I'm not doing this right, I'm not doing that right. At least I'm fucking trying. At least I'm trying to bring awareness to the fact that this is a growing trend. This is a fucking growing issue. I don't have answers. I wish I did, because if I did, none of this would be going on. I don't have that power. We need to take it to Washington. We need to get federal legislation to be passed. And I'm not talking just one little bill. We need these missing children to be seen as vulnerable individuals, and laws need to be put in place to protect their dignity from their own parents at times too, their own families. Children cannot consent. Let me say that again. Children cannot consent, especially when they're missing. We don't have a right to exploit this shit to this degree, especially when there is nothing from law enforcement that indicates that any one of these parents or the grandparents or extended family, or you pick the name, are involved in his disappearance. We don't have the right. I'm over it. Fucking over it. Seeing him react today, I've been expecting that for months on end. Months on end. Like I said, I don't know how he's kept it together this long. And here's the thing. You sick fucks that think that you have a duty and a right to drag this family apart. They're strangers on the internet going through their worst time. You think about your family and the fucked up shit that could be said. And then put yourself in their shoes for 1 second. Any of them. This is the playbook. Sides created, divide and conquer, fucking shit shows. And at the end of the day, the child is forgotten. That's part of the playbook. And it's nonstop attacks. That's how they get it to go. It's fucking disgusting. And knowing that there's nothing we can do to stop it is the worst feeling. There is nothing we can do to stop these people. It's fast money. So they're going to continue to do it as long as they can. They think it's their right. They think they're entitled because they think after watching their favorite creators who are just scum buckets on the fucking internet for the last goddamn fucking year tell them based off of rumors and speculations, Justin had to cower a little bit yesterday and admit that Chris wasn't home. But you know what he followed it up with? Well, he wasn't alone. That's how I know that. He wasn't alone. So, of course, he couldn't just acknowledge that Chris wasn't in the area. He had to follow it up with more rumors and add to it, just like they fucking do every day, all day long. They add to the rumors and speculations to constantly keep this cultivated fucking mentality that one of the parents did something to harm their child. And like I said this morning, they've built in fail safes. So even when it comes out, they will never apologize. They'll never change. This has been family after family, victim after victim that they've done this to, and they get away with it, and they make a huge living off of doing it. Yeah, roller skate slam. I don't even know what's going on there either. Like, these are things that phone calls are made. Talking to people has to be done. Starting locally, getting people. And the sad thing is the reality is, until you get a hold of the right people with the right influence that have had their families impacted or can kind of understand this, you're speaking a foreign language to them, because if they have never lived through it, they don't even really understand. They don't really have a willingness. Cash Gernon family, let me say that again, because somebody asked me about that too. Yes, there is stuff that they are presenting to legislation. Yes, it will help specific things, but as far as the broad nature of what needs to change, no, it's one piece. It's a piece in the right direction, so don't take that wrong. Everything, there's so many pieces that need to be changed because so many of these stories and situations have different needs. But at the end of the day, it's all about protecting dignity of the victims, and that's across the board. But a lot of that stuff is far out. It's far out. There's people doing stuff, but what's actually being done? Roller skate slam, yes, a little bit. Yes and no. Like, again, she is going to be a great voice in this. She's so needed, but she's one person against a monstrous situation. That's what I'm going to say. It's going to take 1,000 lawyer mystery mavens to really get us to the spot that we need to get the protections needed for all the different victims that we need. It sucks, but she's doing a great job. She's doing something. And she's an attorney, so she has more availability, which is wonderful. It's crazy. And it's happening in every state, social media platform, everyone. X is fucking disgusting. I have no words. The fact that they can use AI generated photos, say that they're somebody's ex-wives, and mock domestic violence and think that's acceptable is absolutely fucking gross. Email is the best way to get a hold of me, Amber Ann. Laws have to change, yeah. Yeah, Anna, that's the sad reality is that's where we're at. Like, something, how more drastic does it need to get? But unfortunately, it does need to get more drastic. Hold on just a second, you guys. Oh, YouTube does need to change, but going up against Google, they're not consistent on any other terms of service now. Yeah, roller skate slam, it's going to take people like her bolstering the faces of the victims. See, that's the thing, is a movement like this needs to be the victims' voices. It needs to be the families that have been impacted. I am going to look into how much it would cost to run ads on social media, like a PSA warning type of thing, to get those on social media. I don't know what we can do, but we need to do something now to get the word out to these families. Please do not come to social media platforms. Please do not. I know people are desperate to get word out about their missing loved one, but it is not safe, especially in situations like this. It is not. Vicky, I have no idea what you said, so if you're apologizing to me, I don't know what you said, but I appreciate that if you are. Again, you don't have to, though, because I have no clue. We should be apologizing to the victims. That's who we should be all apologizing to, because we all got to do better, including myself. including myself, but I'm not, just so everybody knows, I say I'm going to do better, but I'm still going to cuss the fucking idiots out. I'm still going to be me. I'm still going to stand for what I stand for and believe in what I believe in. And I'm going to continue to push in the ways that I can do. And that's using my voice to show the harm and the reality of what's happening to these victims and their families in real time. That's the only thing I can really do that's tangible at this moment. And I'm going to continue to do it because it's waking people up to support the organizations that are providing resources to these families to keep them off social media and coming here. It's providing a place for people to vent. We can't fix this shit, unfortunately, and I'm a fixer, and it's a really hard spot to sit.
Look at my head. I'm covered in blood.
The only thing I knew how to do today was hop up there and get Chris to talk about fishing. Because I know he likes to fish. And I think we're going deep sea fishing in like 2 weeks. And I'm a little anxious to see if I get motion sickness. I'm a fixer, yeah, and I have empathy beyond belief, but I have no empathy for these fucking people anymore. There's certain demographics, but here's the thing, even I say that, but at the same time, if it was their children, if it was their families, I wouldn't wish this on them. I might dislike their behavior and how cruel they are and how disgusting and vile behavior they are, but I wouldn't wish any of these people what they have done for this family or many other families. Yeah. Yep. And we've got to have resources advocated to the right organizations that can step in and provide access to resources, therapy, all the support that these people need. I actually have some of the real Kells, and I'm going to be taking it. Hold on.
What?
So for those of you that don't know what I'm speaking about or why I'm having a reaction like I am today, again, if you're in the back seats and are just here to fucking grab content so you can go pick me apart, fucking go to it. Go to it. At least you're leaving the families alone, you fucking pieces of shit. Come for me. Leave the family alone. I'm so sick and tired of you fucking stupid idiots on this goddamn app that sit here and fucking do nothing but re-victimize people over and over again. I'm so fucking fed up. So fucking fed up. It's been, take it back. We talk about, this has been happening. This is just the new age, Jerry Springer's, Geraldo Rivera's. It's just ease of access to information. And here we go. Yeah, there are organizations, depending on your state too. There's more victims groups, organizations in each state. Tennessee has some that I recently just found. I actually contacted one of them and talked to them. They were wonderful. And it would be anybody in Tennessee. And I would suggest reaching out to that group of people. But I'm going to have I'll have Duchess add that to her list of resources because I don't want them bombarded with random fucking bullshit. Yeah, Buttercup, and no matter how much we warn them to stay off of YouTube, that this is the reality until they're actually in that mode because they're so desperate to get the word out. Sorry, my vacuum's running. They're so desperate, which I can't even imagine that feeling of being desperate to have my child's face out there to help somebody can put a highlight or give you some answers. I can't fucking imagine. See, I'm too emotional for this today. But here we are, 2025. Re-victimizing and exploiting victims is a trending thing. It's a good moneymaker too for a lot of these scum buckets that call it a career. And none of these people are willing to sit back and fucking say, you know what, if this was my family. Nope, it's how can they replace the victim and claim the victimhood more themselves? What's next? I hate to ask that, but what's next? Because this isn't the end. It's not the end. And a lot of these people have no interest in changing, because changing stuff up and not fucking degrading the families of missing children, not making a living. This is easy money. Like I said, it's easy money to them. So until something changes with that too, and it becomes illegal to do these things and exploit these children or exploit these true crime, just because somebody is no longer on this earth because they were the victim of a horrific crime, or just because somebody was in a position of being the victim of a horrific crime, does not give us the right to fucking re-victimize these. We need victims to be able to come forward, tell their stories, educate the public on what actually happens, how victims all process differently, the different types of crimes. This is so multi-layered. It is not a once fits all. It's missing children. It's crime victims. It's adult crime victims. It's children crime victims. It's our own justice system re-victimizing it. Be Nice Triad, that hit me too, because I instantly thought of Kyle. You guys have seen Kyle react to just a piece of shit fucking yapping little fucking good for nothing waste of space on this app, right? He's protective of me, and we don't have a missing child, and he's that protective. I can't even imagine if we were in these shoes, Kyle would be straight up in jail, 100%, and so would I. I'd be right alongside of him. And what is going to happen? Here's the reality of what's going to happen. We're going to continue to talk about this. They're going to continue to find every little thing of what's going to be ran with now. Is see, the man's angry. You see his anger. Oh, this is what they did. We have no fucking clue. We don't know. We don't live in their houses. People say because of how I act on here is how my girls see me. You really fucking think so? No. But it's the internet. If they say it, it must be true, right? It must be fucking true. But now they're going to sit here and disparage this man because he finally lost his shit, rightfully fucking so, and said what he had to say. Well, some of it kind of, ugh. But then I thought of Kyle, and I'm like, yeah, Kyle would have said worse. So go for it. I have no judgment in it. And for anybody that does, you sit over there with your judgy pop asshole and fucking think that you're better than everybody and hope to God that you never in these shoes. Only thing I need to do is hop up there. When Clue offered me a link, hop up there and talk to Chris about fishing. Because I know that he's got fond memories of fishing. He enjoys it himself. And it also, that was something they liked to take Sebastian to do. But everything that he said was well-deserved and beyond. And again, all he's trying to do is protect his wife. And he said that today, and that broke me. That did break me. We have no indication that these people are behind anything to do with their child being missing. We don't. And although I'm one of the most judgy assholes, tinfoil hattish at times, at the end of the day, we have no clue where Sebastian is. And I genuinely believe none of the parents are involved in his disappearance at this point in time until law enforcement has evidence to say otherwise, or they name a suspect or a person of interest. Until then, I will continue to feel this way because teenagers are smart and they can just walk out that door. They can. They can go through stress. They can go through life. Mental health issues are affecting teenagers. But don't fucking talk about that because you'll be exploiting your fucking child's mental health, even if they're grown, you know. Don't talk about the reality of shit that actually goes on in people's lives. Oh, Kenzie went and got her Botox.
She's like, oh, you're gushing.
That's why she's like,
go
go away from me.
And she's like, oh, there it goes. My head hurts already.
I'm sure it does. She's got little bruises already.
That medication that the migraine injectable.
Yeah.
She's like, did you even help you?
Oh. Yeah. Yeah, well, and the blit boards, in order to even, or not the blit boards, the reward, in order to qualify for those, there's everything that you could understand thrown into it. So that's all I have to say right now. I just needed to say that. I needed to say it out loud into the universe because I wasn't about to say it over there and like get him going again. Like that's not fair to him. He had just like tried to recenter himself. So that's all I knew to do. And I genuinely, we know that we're on the horizon of a new family. A new family will be, and I have to shout out to Clue and Cletus for even offering me to come up there. That people keep saying, I knew there could be peace. Here's what people might not understand. Clue and I are both very, very strong personalities. We might disagree with certain things on the other one. We might have very strong stances on certain things that might be completely unaligned with each other, but we both can fucking duke it out. Her and I can duke it the fuck out and then still act like grown people when it comes to fucking grown people shit. We absolutely can. We can fucking laugh our asses off. We can cuss each other out. That's called adulting. So I know that people are like, oh my God, it's not shocking. I think this is how both of us probably maneuver. And I'd rather sit beside somebody that is genuinely what you see is what you fucking get. I'll respect that every day over somebody that's the fakest fucking piece of shit on this app. So whether you like it or not, I'm not here to fucking make your feelings warm and fuzzy. You say all the things, you want to do all the things. Most of you are just fucking fake, truly. And when it comes to protecting victims and their families and people being part of the conversation of this has to change, laws have to change, things need to get better. We need everybody to be a part of that conversation and want to be a part of that change. So shutting off communication to some of these people, yeah, some of you I'm not interested in because you've never had the same interest. You don't care about victims and their families, and you never have. You might have sat around here for a little while and acted like you did, but it's not that.
Can you answer my question?
What's this?
What's on a Hawaiian?
Canadian bacon and pineapple. Don't start the argument in my comment section about does pineapple belong on pizza, because yes, it does. Yes, it does. Yeah, but we have a lot of shit in common when it comes down to it. Growing up on a farm, being backwoods, Cletus playing the banjo. I grew up with all my cousins playing the banjo. Like, we have more things. A lot of times when you break away the things that divide us, yes, there's going to be things that I highly disagree with, that I do not like, that I do not support. But we need to start opening up the conversation and having people be interested in the conversation about changing and doing better, including myself. I can always do better, but I'm never going to change as far as cussing these assholes out. It's not going to. It's going to continue to happen. And when it comes to victims and their families, I will constantly show up to try and do whatever I can to support those people. That I have nothing else that I can do besides the little things I can do on here and use my platform and my voice to push back, continue to call these people on their fuck shit, and we just got to keep it moving. Cracking, exactly. Exactly. And you know what, Michigan wifey, I've gotten that from people around me. Like, I am so beyond explaining to people where I go. If people don't know me and they question who I am or my motives, you don't know me that well. And that's not for me. Like, if it makes you uncomfortable, then be uncomfortable, because you're not listening to the conversation as is. You're there for, and you don't have to we don't all have to get along to be a part of change. That's the thing, is we can all have very different points of view, very different things that we do not get down with. We can have huge differences, but we got to start finding the things that pull us together. And one of those things, I hope, is doing better for victims and their families. So if it means showing up for people that are being targeted by at night, such as Granny, and again, I think it's the most fucking immature, ridiculous bullshit that I've ever seen, based on XYZ. She did XYZ 3 years ago, but it wasn't even done to me. I wasn't even around for that, because XYZ told me or provided me videos. I can't stand that bitch. A complete stranger on the internet. I don't have enough fucking concern or hate in my heart for random strangers to do that fucking weird shit. It's so fucking weird to me that people can spend that much time getting invested. I don't give a fuck what she did 3 years ago. I don't care if she made you stub your toe. I don't give a shit. What is happening present day, and our court system is being used to do it.
Okay, I think I'm done.
I will never. Let's be honest. That's your stance. Totally fine to have it. Again, I was there for a conversation about victims and their families, so you can see it as supporting whatever you want to see it as. This is the shit. Right here. This is the shit. I'm not here to please all of you guys. I'm here to try to continue to be a part of a conversation about what's happening to victims and their families. That's it.
There you go. I can't find Canadian food.
Thank you, Venus, for understanding that's not even close to what I'm saying. It's 2025. That's not, there's no place for that either. But right now, the conversation needs to be opened up to all different areas so people can change. If we continue to point fingers at people and say, oh, they're this way, they're that way, and hope for no change, you just expect people to stay in the same spots too. We watch that done to heels, and I'm unwilling to be a part of that for anybody else. Truly. After watching it being done to heels based on things from 10 years ago, when the person I knew was nothing remotely like that, I will not be a part of that again. I will not be a part of that again. And I don't care who likes it or dislikes it. This is my channel. I can only do what I can do. I'm not here to appease all of you guys. You guys can do your own things, support your own things. Yeah. Yep. And I made a mistake with heels too. At first I was like, yeah, no, that's bullshit. I had a conversation with her. Me and her actually had a full-on conversation, and I'm so grateful I did. It's one of the biggest lessons I learned on here. Was she was very stuck in an old school mentality 10 years previous. But over the time, there had been things that had changed for her. And she had woken up to certain things. And me and her were able to have that conversation because I didn't understand it. And she didn't either. But she genuinely had a heart of gold for a lot of people. Did she make mistakes? Absolutely. Did she admit to some of those and that she went too far? Yes. But when, of course, when somebody is put pressure on and people just target them and dox them and do all the shit, especially when she's on hospice, she got defensive. I can't blame her for that either. But the person I knew, didn't ever harm anybody around me and was willing to listen and be a part of the conversation. It didn't mean I supported her blog. It didn't mean I supported those things being in there. It meant I was willing to have a conversation and hear her out, and she was willing to hear me out. And I think we actually made some progress in that conversation. She didn't change because of me, but there was conversations that were able to be had because we were both open to talking about it and understanding that we both came from a different world, that those were very common things. So it was a conversation I'm lucky still to this day to have had. So there's that. I'm just over it. I'm over these people thinking that I get it all day long. Don't do this. Don't say that. Do this. Don't do that. Why are you there? Why are you here? Oh. Again, let's be honest, you're not hearing her. I was supporting a conversation because a victim's father was on panel. That had nothing to do with the conversation. It wasn't supporting Clue. It was supporting Chris and what had just happened. That's what it was there for. I went up there. We talked about fishing. And again, I have respect for her that she even offered that olive branch to me to go up there. To me, we can all have different things, but I'm over the days of cutting off. Now, some people, yeah. Some people for sure. But these people that sit up there and condemn her, I've watched go in and support some of the other ones that I think are the biggest racists on this app. But again, we all have our different perceptions, and I'm not here to please everybody. I'm sorry to see you go, but I think you know better than what you're saying. Again, you can be upset and mad. It is what it is. I've enjoyed you being here and completely stand on that. I'm not expecting you to lower your morals or your standards or anything of that nature. And again, that's not what the comment or the conversation was about. No, Brooke, that's not what I said. I never excused it. Did you listen to the whole thing that I said? She didn't make excuses. She was asking me what I saw in there that was problematic. And from my limited experience, again, as a white person, I could only say XYZ things that were from my experience. Me and her were able to have a conversation about her viewpoints on certain things that didn't change and some that had. Again, that's what we had a conversation about. I was willing to have a conversation. I did not and will not sit here and say that she changed because of me or anything like that. I needed to understand what she was talking about. But again, it's not up for me. I'm a white person. That's not. Did you have a conversation with her, Brooke, ever? No, they can come at me. This is what they do. Like, I go find somebody that doesn't do this shit, and chances are they hang out with other racists, like in the local community. They probably do that too. Like, stop having expectations for me to not be human and just be willing to have conversations and figure things out. We're all humans. We all make mistakes. We all just get through life the best way we can. Up to good. There you go. That's what I wish. Yes. Yes. I'm there to participate in conversations. I'm not there to like have these in-depth, oh, I have to like or dislike everything about people as people. I'm there to. Brooke, I wish you would have been able to have a conversation with her, because again, just from like her willingness to answer things for me, it was interesting because she didn't make excuses to me, but it definitely reminded me of my like people in Montana that I grew up with. And I was like, oh, okay. Like it was really interesting to see that perspective. But I'm not, it's not for me to say ultimately like who she was. She at the end of the day, she's a stranger on the internet. So was it as genuine as I figured it could be? Absolutely. But at the end of the day, like if people are hurt and offended by that stuff, I can completely understand, because racism has no place in 2025. Homophobia, no place. Transphobia, no place. But it seems like a lot of people are so disconnected from like their own, like she was very disconnected from her own stance and why it was harmful to people too. It came across to me. So I appreciated the fact that she was willing to have a conversation and let me express like what I saw that was problematic. No, Brooke, that's totally fine. You don't have to agree with it. Basically what I'm getting at is I'm grateful that I was able to have a conversation there and try to gain what limited understanding I could from my perspective. Again, my perspective as a white woman. So take that for what it is. But I was glad that I was able to have a conversation, because that person outside of that blog, I'd never seen any indication of anything even remotely. Like she stood very firmly on the things she stood firmly on. And that's where it was for me. So, but again, your perspective is probably way different than mine, and it's from your life experience. And I'm not trying to take that from you at all. This was just my limited. Yeah. And we're not here to, again, this is what it always turns into, is people caring about where I go. Meanwhile, they're there too. They're just in the bushes, but yet they judge me on being willing to have a part of a conversation. Like, it's just such a mind fuck out here. And I just am at the point where don't fucking call me. Don't text me. Don't fucking, none of it. I'm sick of it. I'm a grown fucking ass woman. My own other half doesn't tell me what to do. I'm sure as fuck not going to start listening to people on here. It's fucking crazy to me. I'm going to go where I want, do what I want, try to be a part of constructive conversations and change that's needed. And that's all I can do. I'm going to fuck up. I'm going to make mistakes. I'm going to end up having things bite me in the ass, but I'm just going to continue to try. I'm going to continue to try to get more people involved in these conversations that we need to get bigger and bigger. Yeah, let's be honest. I'm not making excuses for that at all. And again, I'm not asking you to support any of it. I'm just asking you to understand that it wasn't about that at all. It wasn't about, it was Chris was up there and he's been pushed to the brink. You can choose to listen to what Chris had to say and understand what I went up there for, or, that's your choice. I'm not, again, I've really enjoyed you. We stand very similar on certain things, but I was there to be there for victims and their voices. So that's it. Yep. And that's all we can do. I have a very limited scope. I'm a white woman. I'm never going to try and speak for anybody of color or different life experiences than myself. I can respect it, learn from you guys. I'm open to any conversations. You guys educating me further, absolutely. But if you're just here to condemn me and condemn everything because I'm trying to figure out ways to continue the conversation and open it up further, then you're not here for a constructive conversation anyways. If you want to have a private conversation, and Brooke, including you, if you want to reach out to me and give me some perspective, I'm open to listening and learning, because that's what it's about. But the whataboutisms constantly, and I just did one too, like, chances are when we all pull it back, that is such a weird space online, because a lot of people, we don't know them a lot. We don't know these people. I don't have personal in-depth relationships with these people to really make judgments on a lot of things. But then you see people who have made really, really strong judgments on people go and support people that, in my opinion, are just as bad, if not worse. We all are going to see stuff from our limited perspective. And all I can do is try to have civil discourse, because at the end of the day, my only goal is to see things change for victims and their families. And if that means laying down the swords at times, fuck, me and Clue have gone at it. Come on now. Stop, you guys. It's just stupid. We've gone at it about certain things, but we are both grown enough. And like I said, I will give her respect that she can have me and her go back and forth and then still offer me a space to participate in a very constructive conversation. That meant a lot to me. Brooke, if you would like to message me, I'm more than willing to absolutely hear you out. And I'm all about finding ways that I can better support people in other communities. That's all I can do. Being a better ally, an accomplice. I don't want to be an ally. I want to be an accomplice. Okay. So that's what I would like to do. And if you would like to, I would love to have a conversation with you, because I think you could probably educate me on things that would be helpful. Again, it's all about growth and change. I've made so many mistakes on here. I've been called all the things, said all the things about, I don't care. At the end of the day, I just want change for victims and their families. Sophia, it's coming. I don't care. I'm not going to let a bunch of strangers that I'm never going to meet ever control or dictate me being willing to have a conversation with people and try to. There's certain people I'm not interested in, because time and time again, they have shown over and over and over again where they are and where they're stuck. There is never going to be, people are proud of making a career in doing this to others. That's it. When it comes to victims and their families, we need everybody a part of this conversation. And if people start to change, if they can see things that we all can do better, that's all that matters to me. I'm never going to be perfect. So Brooke has been very good. Brooke has been extremely respectful to me, and just having an open conversation. She's been great. I just use that as an example because that was my experience. And her and I had such strong inline beliefs of when it came to protecting victims and their families in the current time that we were in the time frame that I knew her. So again, when that came out, it was shocking to me, but I didn't know that person. I didn't know or have experiences with that. So again, I'm not trying to take anybody's experiences away that were a part of that or were hurt by those type of things. Not at all. Not at all. But again, I'm glad that I was able to have a conversation, a civil, because she did. She meant a lot to me. She was my biggest supporter as far as another creator goes in this space for the longest time. The longest time. And I made a mistake by allowing people around me to really influence my opinions on something that I was lacked knowledge in at the moment. Instead of like going to her and having a conversation, I made a snap judgment, and it hurt her that I wasn't willing to have a conversation. I had to learn my lesson to like peel that away. And I'm glad I did, because I learned something from her. I learned that we all change, we all evolve. Sometimes we have to meet people in the space that they're in today. Sometimes you don't. It just depends. But to want change, to want people to do better, we got to be a part of that. Any other questions? Any other questions you guys have for me? I'm going to get out of here. I just needed to clear my chest and clear my head a little bit, because it's overwhelming to hear Chris that way. Like, that was really hard to hear him like that, and to know that the judgment that it's about to come, and the fucking fact of it is there's nothing. He could have remained quiet. They would have continued to pick him apart and kick him. He would have continued to be, they're drugged through the mud any other day. So why not just give him something to talk about? And again, I think Chris and Katie have probably made mistakes. Yeah, maybe. But then again, I'm not in their shoes, so I can't even really say that at points. I don't know, because I think about what I would do in these situations, and fuck, oh dear, I'd be a lot worse. And I know that. So it's hard for me to pass these swift judgments on people and just be like, well, victims and their families are desperate. They're desperate. And I don't ever want to feel that desperation. And to keep it together like they have for this long, impressive. But what he said today, sorry, true. And I hope he goes and takes a little bit of a break, and him and Katie go deep sea fishing, because you could hear the joy in him when he was talking about fishing. So, yeah, Chris, Katie, and Seth Park, you agreed. Because again, I'm going to believe that the people around Seth are exploiting him. So there's where I am. That's what I am. And I gave those bitches that are going to talk anyways just fucking more shit to talk about. Talk about me. Leave the victims and their families alone. And let us that have the fucking backbone to handle your fucking bullshit that you just spew, your vitriol over shit that you don't even fucking understand, or you're trying to twist and say, do that. I'll be your content for the next couple of years. Sounds like you're bored out of the other one. So come for me. I won't pay attention, nor will I watch, because I didn't watch you before. I'm not going to watch you now. I didn't care about your opinions before. Don't care about them now. Make me your content. Leave the victims and their families alone. Chasing, totally understand. Totally understand. Again, it wasn't about that conversation today. It was about supporting Chris. That was it. So that was it. People can do with it what they want. They can judge me over going up to support Chris on clues. I don't fucking care anymore. Truly, that man hit his break point, and that's where he happened to be. And so I met him there, and that's it. That's all I could do, was try to be supportive. That was it. That's all I could offer in that moment. She offered me a space to do it, and I did. So I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your evening. Again, I'm not here to argue with you guys about your opinions on creators. You guys are grown adults and can make your choices of where you go, what you support, what you do. But as for me, I will always show up and support families that are going through their worst. I would support Seth in the same way, because I don't know if that man has anything to do with it, just like I don't know if Katie and Chris do. And until we get actual factual information from law enforcement, I will continue to stand here. The only reason why I won't support Seth if he was to do this is because I wouldn't be offered an opportunity to support Seth by any of the people that he surrounds himself with. But if I was offered a link to go up and support Seth, you're damn right, I probably would do the same exact thing. Because I think he is a very, very broken man who is being exploited by the very people that have convinced him that they're there for his best benefit. And I will continue to say that, yes, I think he has made poor decisions. And I think he has used this situation to re-victimize his ex-wife, 100%. But all of those things can exist in one space and me still support the fucking fact that a man has a missing child and we have no indication right now that he's involved. Until then, we will see. And no, I will not apologize for standing on the fact that we don't have any evidence to make claims against these people based on anything. Just because somebody might have done XYZ 5 years ago, made a mistake, popped a child on the butt with a belt one time. Many of you that are judging this family so horrifically on that pop on the butt have probably spanked your children even worse. But again, I'm not perfect. We'll never claim to be perfect. So I try to be careful about what I pass my judgment on. And jumping from a one-time pop on the butt with a belt to all these allegations that have been made of them harming their child is just not something I'm going to get down with today, tomorrow, or any other day. So I'm not a fictional storyteller. I hope you guys all have a wonderful rest of your night. And I will see you guys probably tomorrow evening, depending on how I feel. I'm still a little jittery off of for those of you that are probably wondering what the fuck I'm talking about. Here's me exploiting my fucking health issue again too, you fucking assholes. I had an injection in my back, which is steroids, so it makes me jittery. And then I was put under for it because it's painful. And the anesthesia wires me. So there's that. And I'm a little emotional. So it's best for me not to be on here much right now because I'll fucking cuss everybody out and won't fucking have any qualms about it. Because fuck all you weirdos. I'm just joking. I love a lot of you. Well, no, I love some of you. I strongly like some of you. And I strongly dislike a lot of you. Have a good day. Bye.